Ever since this year started, I've really had zero motivation for my 9 to 5 editing job. Like, obviously I'm still showing up, still getting it done, but more than ever, it's really feeling like a chore. And it's not even about the work itself. Like, I love video editing. It's just more about what it takes away and the opportunity cost that comes with working. Like, if I do the math, there's 24 hours in a day. There's 3 lots of 8 in a day, I think. 8, 16. Yeah, so 33% of my day is dedicated to work for someone else's company. And that's not even counting for sleep. So technically sleep is another 33% because it'd be another 8 hours. So all I'm left with is 33% of the day to myself. Like, only a third of my day I have to myself to do whatever I want. And that's not even true thinking about it now. Like, what about dinner? Maybe a little bit of cleaning. Maybe I had to drop this off at the post office or something like that. And obviously I had a break over Christmas. It was about 2 to 3 weeks. And ever since that break, it's really, really hard to go back to 9 to 5. Like, the time that I had off, and probably you guys had off as well, how beautiful is it to just wake up in the morning, not have to be like, I have to be doing this at this time. I can just work on whatever I want to work on. I feel like more than ever, there's a real shift happening. There's so many more people making money online, or at least from what they show. You know, social media is not always truthful, so I can't say that 100%. Whether it's crypto, trading, selling clothes, making content, selling products, like whatever it is. Even just the wave of dropshipping, like single item store dropshipping, it just takes one thing to, you know, set you up. It really does. Like, there's really this entire generation realizing, like the current generation is realizing, and probably, to be honest, a little bit younger than me. I feel like kids, like 15 or 23 type age, that generation, like they've really tapped onto the fact of like, they don't need to follow the same formula. They don't need to get a job and they don't need to work all the way up until they retire. And it sucks because it feels like my age is just on the cusp of that, and I understand that and I get it, but I didn't have an early enough start to really get it like that. So if you're a kid listening to this, get to it now. Like, you've got no better time than now. If the amount of time that I put into quick scoping and trying to join FaZe, if I put that time into something else, making an actual business, like, I'd be set. I put so much time into FaZe and it got me nowhere. So, hey, if you're a kid listening to this, like, start selling your services, whether that be video editing, graphic designing. And like, I've tried so many things to escape normal jobs. Like, honestly, you name it, I've probably given it a shot. Some worked to minor success, some worked to moderate success, some didn't work at all. Like, statistically, I'm due for a win. And I guess in a way that is the YouTube channel and the clothing, which I'm extremely blessed for. And the beats that I've done in the past, extremely blessed, and how fruitful things have been. But I haven't really like dug my feet in the ground with anything. Nothing's really stuck and gave me fulfillment and just ease of my mind, just kicking back knowing I don't have to work for someone else. What do I want to do today? And like all my other years of life on this earth, I took another shot this year. You know, I started a clothing brand fresh off this YouTube channel that's sort of based around like nostalgic stuff we all enjoyed as a kid. And honestly, it did way better than expected. Like, for a first drop, it is everything and more that I could have asked for. And just the process of even doing their clothes in general, like, I found enjoyment and just like fun out of it. And more so the fact of like, I'm working for myself. Like, technically I don't find it fun when I have to talk back and forth with a screen printer, but there's just something undeniably great about just, it's for yourself, so it's not as tedious as it seems. And like, I was having so much fun, and I'm so happy with the way that this drop, this t-shirt, this clothing brand turned out, that I even printed a couple more of these t-shirts to keep for myself. I've got like 5 right now. I'll probably take even more, to be honest, but I even printed a little extra in case any of you guys missed out. Like, I may as well print it while I'm there. So there's only a couple more MW2 t-shirts to get, so don't sleep on this one. And this is just a single t-shirt drop. This is just a single t-shirt drop, and obviously I had to start the brand from scratch, but like, running this was way more time than I expected. You know, that comes from picking the right blanks, finding a good printer, handling payments, making the experience that I give people that buy a t-shirt unique, little extras like stickers. And I did this sick DLC code that looks exactly like an Xbox 360 code, but you know, it's got a little promo code in there for next orders. It's even got a little scratchy thing you scratch off on the back. It looks identical to a 360 handout. Like, that is super cool. That was so much fun making that. And of course, there was a bunch of issues, whether that came through misunderstanding with the screen printing. I had an issue that affected like only a couple people with PayPal, and there was so much issues that arrived, and there was so much like roadblocks that I had to overcome. But you know, the crazy part, it was still fun and it was still fulfilling because every single step was mine. You know, it was my decision, my execution, my responsibility. And to me, that's a massive difference. You know, when you work a 9 to 5, you're just following instructions, keeping a machine running. But you know, when you work for yourself, you are the machine. And that's both very freeing and very terrifying. Like, I often found myself like pondering on the fact of like, there's a group of people that have bought this t-shirt, that have put their trust and their money in my idea and my execution. It's not like work where at 5 o'clock comes around and I just clock off. And that really is one of the biggest realizations I've had, like, over the past couple of years, is that not working a 9 to 5 isn't some fantasy like these social media kids live it up to be. Like, if they make easy money, yeah, it's a fantasy. But realistically, if you're still working for your money, like, even if it's for yourself, it's a lot more of a conscious effort. Like, everything you do falls back on you. If something fails, yeah, it's on you. If you don't put in the work, it's on you. There's no one telling you what to do. There's no deadlines being handed to you. There's not even a guaranteed paycheck. Like, I had to put a lot of money up front for these clothes without anything in return at all. And I'm almost like, when I put that money out up front, the way that my brain works is I'm expecting to lose it and I'll be happy if it comes back. Like, it really is a lot of discipline and like willingness to push through. I remember when I got the samples printed, I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is a cool as t-shirt, but from this point, I can't be bothered dealing with everything else past the point of getting a sample t-shirt. And the funny thing is, my partner literally didn't let me drop it. I was just going to be like, yeah, this is cool. I'm going to just keep the t-shirt for myself and just not even drop them. But my partner was adamant that I drop them, and I did, and I'm thankful for that. I've learned so much and I gained so much that I'm just going to put back into the brand, and it's all fun. Like, I'm glad I didn't stop. And I think that's why a lot of people don't make it. I had a semi-popular beat career a year or two ago, and my discipline sort of got in the way. And when I stopped uploading and I stopped caring, like, that's when the results weren't coming in. Because when you remove the structure of a 9 to 5, you realize just how much personal accountability it takes to keep yourself moving. And like, don't get it twisted, 9 to 5s aren't a black and white bad thing. In fact, for a lot of people, a 9 to 5 is a blessing. It's stability, it's benefits, it's a guaranteed paycheck, and I respect that and I appreciate it. Like, I'm even in all this shit I'm talking on 9 to 5s, I'm still in the 9 to 5 work. But there's just this feeling inside of me that just can't shake off, and it is that I'm just doing this to survive. And if I have to survive by just doing dumb shit for another 40 years of my life, that is insane. That is insane. Like, the real problem with 9 to 5 isn't necessarily the work itself, it's the time that it takes. Like I said at the start of the video, you dedicate 33% of your day to a job, 33% to sleep, and the last 33% is yours. And that last 33% that is yours is going to be filled with, you know, relationships, hobbies, fitness, side hustles, everything, cooking, cleaning. And the worst part is, for those things, you're going to be drained by work. So, like, with all that being said, where does it really leave me? And I guess it leaves me right here, trying to do YouTube, trying not to give up on YouTube, hopefully getting back into beats. I always have this part of my brain that just wants to get back into beats, go crazy with the clothing. I'm for sure going to stream here and there, and that actually might help me get into beats. And the main thing for me is to just not stop. I know for a fact YouTube is it's a grind. It has to be like, if it's not daily uploads, it has to be every second day. And I'm going to try and commit to that, because I would rather waste my time trying at this than wasting my time trying to figure out someone else's dream. And if someone else's terms or someone else's jobs or someone else's dreams is serving you, that's completely fine as well. I'm literally just expressing my thoughts and how I feel about this, and just how I've been feeling lately coming back to work. Yeah, so that's another kind of deep topic for you guys. I appreciate you all for watching. Like I said earlier, I got a couple more t-shirts and these will never be sold again. And if you don't want a t-shirt or you don't like it, that's completely cool. Regardless, I hope you watching this are well. I hope you have what you want to do in mind, and I hope you execute it. Like, we all got to make it out one way or another. We've got all my links in the description, that being the clothing brand, personal Insta, clothing Insta, and some streaming platforms. As always, I appreciate all you guys for watching, especially this far in the video. And yeah, it's been Once Faded. Peace.